California's on fire. How'd this happen? What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you some pictures. I want to show you a little slideshow, we'll call it. Some before and after. I want you to see how devastating these fires are right now. We have politicians in this state that are so concerned about, I guess, leaving a legacy, about wanting to seem as though they care about the little person. They care about those that are going without or are without or I don't know, right? And the vision that they're using is so short-sighted that it leaves us in these predicaments. You know, these firefighters are trying to fight fires and water hydrants don't even have water in them. Why is that? Couple of reasons off the top. One is Gavin Newsom. He was so concerned about a little tiny fish that may be endangered. And, you know, we may never see that fish. I mean, we've never seen it in the first place. But let's be concerned about that fish. And let's redirect the waters that we could use, fresh water that we could use for our homes, to fight fires when we know there's a fire season in California every year. No, let's not use that water. Let's not let our citizenry, our taxpayers, let's not let them have that water. Instead, redirect it into the Pacific Ocean. That sounds smart. And then there's a governor, and then there's a mayor in LA who, again, knowing how dangerous fire season is every year in California, she cuts the budget for the firefighters. Guess why? A lot of you already know. For those of you that don't, because of the homeless. Oh, such a heartwarming story. Meanwhile, you have people who are paying their taxes, are working, are employing other people, and have put themselves in a position where they can be able to afford a multi-million-dollar home. Or they poured all of their life savings into creating a business. Other people, maybe it's just their starter home. It's their dream come true, their little starter home that they got. Well, you know what? Guess what happened to all three of those things? All three of those scenarios. Yeah. You saw the slideshow. It's all up in smoke. All of their possessions. Some people, they're animals. Common sense ain't that common. We have to do better, man. Like, I think this election, now that the presidential election is over, I think a lot of people voted their conscience. And I think that what they really need to do, everyone who voted their conscience on this presidential election, that's a federal election. I think you need to start doing that at home. I think you need to start really looking into who you're voting for city council, for DA, for mayor, and for governor. it's bonkers to me. I mean, it's absolutely nuts to me. We have several more days apparently of high winds. What does fire need? It needs fuel and it needs oxygen, the number one fuel for them. And these winds that are hitting these fires and pushing them around, they're making them into monsters. I don't know how many of you guys are concerned about it. Hopefully a lot of you, hopefully most of you that see these videos, because there's a lot of videos out there right now about the fires, and I still feel like there's not enough. And I still kind of feel like there's not enough concern. I think there's a lot of people that are so caught up in making their ends meet that they're like, it's not my house burning down. Imagine if it was. Because there are people struggling just like you, and they just lost everything. Over 2,000 structures have been burned down, and so far 5 people have died. Just to remind people, the air quality when we have these fires, the elderly, we may lose some more people just from the bad air quality. And just think, the little fish that we've never seen may go extinct, and then we'll just never see it. I'm about to be 51 years old. I've never seen whatever this fish is. I don't even know what it is. I just know that I prefer to have water than a fish. How many species have died off? Isn't that just the natural course of life? Evolution. The strong survive, survival of the fittest. Isn't it supposed to be like if you can't survive, it's probably a good thing because the weak genes or whatever? I don't know. But I feel like I know more than these politicians. I feel like I would have known, hey, you know what? We'll do what we can for the homeless, but we really can't afford in California, where we have a massive fire season every year. We really shouldn't be cutting the budget. And you know what else? It's unfortunate that little fish might not make it, but I'd rather have water in case something goes wrong than to not have water when it does go wrong, right? Isn't that just like common sense? Like, every year there's a fire season. For those of you outside of California, let me tell you something. In California, you can be fined if you have like dead foliage around your property because of fire season. When I got busted in 93, when I got out actually in 93, I became co-owner. Me, my dad, and my cousin started a business, general maintenance. And we would be hired to get rid of dead brush. We did other things, landscaping, we did painting, plumbing, hauling. There's a lot of stuff that we did. But for the fire season, we were hired to get the dead brush off of properties so that they wouldn't be ticketed. So you know to ticket somebody if they have anything that could be used as fuel in a lightning strike or anything else. You know that much, right? That money, you don't forget about that, politicians. But then you redirect funds from something that's really, 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 really necessary to something that, while it is necessary to an extent, it's not going to cause as much damage. And I can just imagine people in the comments, oh, you don't care about homeless. I'm pretty sure that I give more to the homeless than anyone who could question me. When I paroled from prison after doing over 24 years, one of the first things that blew my mind was the homelessness out here. How bad it is. How many people are homeless. And it's an issue that needs to be addressed. But we wouldn't cut from the police, or why would we cut from the fire department? I don't know, man. I hope you guys are really paying attention to what's going on. And like I said, a lot of people voted their conscience in the presidential election. I need you guys to really sit down. Look at these things. Look at these fires, all these structures that were lost, the lives already that were lost so far. The fact that water is not in fire hydrants to fight fires in your neighborhood. Look at these things. But really think about that the next time you vote. You can't just vote for a party. You have to make sure you're voting with someone that you can align with, that has the same views as you, the same goals as you, that will do the things to make sure that your family, your children, your nieces and nephew are going to be in a good place. It's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.